got them to convert. Okay, so how exactly did they, Adrian and James, find their customers back in the day when we first started? So at the beginning, okay, they needed to get leads, which are our potential customers. So they had to build a strategy, okay, and their outreach strategy, their strategy to get leads was based, you guessed it, around lead generation. Okay, so they needed to get hold of a lot of leads in order to convert them to buyers. You can't have buyers without leads first, okay? And they did that through partnerships, through advertising, and through content. And I'm going to show you a couple of these very, very shortly, just these methods of acquisition, okay? So first things first, partnerships. So with partnerships, there's a thing called shared revenue. So now, what I'm asking you, and I'm going to ask you to keep this in mind as we go through this, what exactly is shared revenue? Okay, we spoke about shared value between our customer and our buyer in the lesson, but what is shared revenue? Okay, so basically, before we get started on shared revenue, we're going to have a look at partnerships, okay, and how partnerships are structured. So to begin with, okay, in partnerships, you've got your merchant and you've got your publisher, and your merchant is the creator of a product and your publisher is the distributor, if you think of them in those terms, okay? We do go into this a lot more in lesson 2. So when we talk about revenue shared, let's look at Shaw Academy as an example once more. So let's have a look here. In this case, the merchant here is Shaw Academy and the publisher would be Groupon, okay? They would be our partner, okay? They would publish our product, they would sell it on their platform, okay? And Shaw Academy is the merchant because we provide the product. So Groupon then shared some of our revenue that was returned to us by selling that product, okay? So what they were able to do as well in terms of our growth, we grew exponentially after partnering with Groupon. Because of the sheer size of Groupon and of their audience, they were able to reach far more people, which meant that we could push the price down of our courses. So Groupon would sell our product at a far lower price than we were able to, and they would get commission off of each lead that they provided for us, okay? So we shared the profit. Not necessarily at 50%, okay? This isn't always the case. It isn't necessarily the case when you are in a partnership, okay? So other than that partnership, which was a huge game changer for us, we went on to do advertising, okay? And in particular on Facebook and with Google pay-per-click ads, okay? So here's just a little old example. I mean, it's even got our old branding, okay? Of a Facebook ad that we ran. It did very, very well for us, okay? It was a lead generation ad. We garnered leads from this. They enrolled in the course, which meant that they paid, or that we paid Facebook a cost per lead, okay, because we got our leads. And then we also put out a Google ad, okay, so here's an example of a Google ad. It was managed through CPA, which is a cost per acquisition. Basically, that meant that people could register for free, and then we had our captive audience, okay? So oftentimes, students will ask me which is better between those two, and a lot of people do think that it's Facebook, and then there are some that think that it's Google, okay? But the real answer in this is that it very much depends on where your audience lies, okay? It depends on where they are as to which platform you're going to spend more time on. It's that simple. Okay, so how else did we generate leads? So content for us is a big example. So blogging can be a really, really good way to generate high quality leads. And what do I mean by a high quality lead? Okay, so that means that people who read our blog we understood that they were already interested in our content and in what we were offering, particularly as well because we wrote unique content, okay? And this unique content spoke directly to our courses, and it directed our students or our potential leads to our courses so that they signed up with them. And this is something we talk about in a lot more depth on the advanced course and how to do this, okay? So social media has got a lot of options, but it's no good to have loads and loads of likes or followers that live on your social page if you don't have paying customers. Okay, so remember, your likes on Facebook do not pay the bills. Okay, and then you've got to ensure that when you write content, you are adding value to the customer's life. You've got to help them. There is nothing underhanded about digital marketing. You need to just add value, okay, to your customers or your potential customers' lives, and they will be far more likely to be converted. And what's going to happen, it's similar to our blogs. You're going to generate far higher value leads that are going to be much more likely to convert to sales, to make purchases of your products, because they trust you and they trust your brand and they trust you, what you're going to be providing, because you've already given them value before they've made a purchase. So guys, what was the result of all of those efforts of our advertising on Facebook, on pay-per-click, ads on Google, and partnering with people? So we experienced a 300% growth year on year. Okay, it was absolutely explosive. We exploded it. Show Academy exploded. Okay, and our trajectory for the next 3 years is hitting 1 billion leads. Okay, so this on the right hand side is a diagram of exactly how we grew. Okay, so you can see here it was slow growth because we were building that quality content and we were building those quality relationships. And then somewhere between 2014 and 2015 we started partnering, and it became evident that this was a huge decision, or a huge step in the right direction. Okay, because then from 2015 to 2016 you can see that growth was exponential. It was incredible. So this all comes down to the fact that we have a quality product that we were sharing with people. Okay, and the main thing of that is that it was quality, the quality of the product and the quality of the relationship, of the partnership, and of the advertising that we put together. So that is all stuff that we're going to be covering in this course and in the advanced course.